Hey everybody, it's LavenderTowne, and today I'm going to do my best to draw the Genshin characters from memory. Now, in Genshin Impact, the characters are incredibly detailed, super intricate designs, so I thought this would be a fun idea. And I was also inspired by one of the world quests from Genshin Impact called the World of Aranara, which involves memory loss. I will get more into that later. So this video was kindly sponsored by Genshin Impact, and if there's any way that you don't already know about Genshin Impact, it is an open world adventure game in an anime style. It is free to play, cross-platform, and a total AAA quality. Lots of people already love this game and know about this game, so I wouldn't be surprised if you already know it. The biggest appeal for me and a lot of people, I think, is the wonderful character designs, which we'll be talking about today. The first character that I wanted to draw was Paimon. She is one of the most iconic characters in Genshin Impact, one of the first ones that you meet, and I felt really confident going into it that I would know what she looks like and all the little details on her outfit, but I quickly realized that towards the middle of the silhouette, where I didn't have any clues, I really started to get mushy on the actual details and what she really looks like. I remembered her color palette really well. It's sort of this celestial white, night sky and gold color, but as for what was actually on her little jumper that she wore, I got kind of lost. I did remember that she had some kind of crown which seemed to be cut off in the silhouette that I was using to the side, but I couldn't remember the exact details of what that crown looked like, and I definitely remembered that there was little stars in her hair, so I put those in. I do also want to apologize for my voice. I was really sick for the past week or week and a half, so that's why I sound kind of weird. But anyway, yeah, I was pretty confident about some of the aspects. I know that her hair is really big and puffy and has all these little strands off to the side, and her boots I was confident on, partially because I just didn't put the silhouette all the way down far enough, so I got some clues onto what her boots look like. And I remembered her overall proportions. She has a lot of really bulky clothes around a very small frame. Honestly though, I had a sense that something was wrong, especially in the sleeve area, and something looked too plain about the blue, but I didn't really know what the problem was quite yet. Okay, so here she is revealed. I definitely missed some details up on her little romper that she's wearing, and overall I think that the major problem was that she doesn't have the stars and stuff on the back of her little capelet, but it was pretty close. I think this makes sense because I've seen Paimon probably the most. Next up, I want to draw Wanderer, known as the scarofmoosh, since he's so heavily featured in the new update. I know his silhouette pretty well, but after that I was definitely struggling. His hat was just completely lost to me. I could not remember. I knew it had a bunch of details on it, but I couldn't remember what they were. And he has a really interesting sort of style of clothes. I always remember his shorts really clearly, but as for his outer jacket and stuff, I couldn't remember a lot of details there either. I feel like this is probably the one I had the hardest time with. I definitely remember his his hairstyle, and he's always got this smirk on, so I could really clearly picture his facial expression. And I thought I remembered a little medallion somewhere on him as well. Like a lot of the Genshin characters, I know for sure that he has a lot of gold in his design, as well as some blue, and I feel like he has some more teal or cerulean kind of colors rather than the deep celestial blue that we see on Paimon or some of the other characters. I could clearly see in the silhouette a lot of ribbons and little accessory things, but I wasn't super confident about them, and I also knew he had some patterning on his clothes that I really didn't remember what it looked like. I made his hat gold. I feel like that looks completely wrong. I guess we'll see at the end, but something definitely looks too light about his color palette, and I think it's his hat. I think his hat is wrong, but I'm not 100% sure. I feel like either it's a gold hat with a lot of other color on it, or it's inverted. So yeah, let's take a look and see. Okay, so yeah, his hat is actually blue with gold details on it, so it's not a gold hat. Next up is Jeonglee. He's definitely a popular character and probably one of my favorite male designs, so I felt pretty confident about this one too, though my confidence quickly faded. There were certain aspects of his design that I definitely remembered, like I remembered his dark hair with the little bits of red, but I couldn't remember exactly how that red manifested on him. I knew that there was some red around his eyes as well, and generally I just knew that he was wearing kind of like a suit coat, and that he has a staff that he fights with, of course. So the silhouette didn't help too much other than reminding me that he has this little ponytail in the background. And drawing him in my style is always fun. I like drawing guy characters despite the fact that I don't do it too often. So it was a good opportunity to do that. Doing this challenge really made me realize how I remember characters. It's not literally every single detail of their design. A lot of it has to do with the general shape, language, and the colors. Like in this one, I was 100% sure I knew what the colors were for his character. I remembered his gold eyes and his dark hair, and I remembered his overall outfit being dark with gold accents. So I felt pretty confident about that. But again, with all the details and stuff, I was a little bit worried. I also wasn't too sure about like the lapels and the like front collar part of his shirt. I felt like it just looked wrong, but I couldn't really figure out why. Sometimes when I do this type of like piping and fine detail work on characters, I actually do it in a layer above, and that can be really helpful for adding lots of details without getting too like confused or having trouble making the line sort of look good. There's even a feature in Clip Studio where you can draw a line that has an outline already around it, and that can make it a lot easier. I kind of wish I had done that for this one. One thing about his silhouette that actually confused me a little bit, I didn't remember him having like these little wings that appear to be shooting out of his head. I know it's just hair, but like, yeah, like you see these little parts, these little fronds on the side. So I added those in, but I was like, this doesn't look exactly right. And when I was adding in his like red highlights, it almost reminded me of Shadow the Hedgehog, and I was like, I definitely don't think it was quite this bright and aggressive looking in the original design, but I couldn't remember how it actually looked. I feel like some parts of his design, I kind of made him look like a matador or something. So yeah, I'm not feeling as confident with this one as I was when I started. I am really sure about his gold eyes though. That's something I always remember about his design. And he's such a cool character that I feel like you really can't mess up too bad. His staff also looks too much like a wand to me the way that I drew it, so I feel like there's definitely something wrong there. It's too bad I cut that off in the silhouette part so I can't peek at the shape. So here he is. I totally missed some of the like silvery parts of his design. That was one aspect that I just completely forgot somehow. He's such a cool looking character, so I feel kind of bad I messed him up. The next character I wanted to draw from memory is Ganyu. She's one of my favorite designs in the whole game. I'm such a sucker for like the ram horns, and even without the silhouette, I would definitely remember that she has those because it's like my favorite part of her design. I really like her whole aesthetic, and I like all the like blues stuff that I remember in her design. For some reason, I feel like this was actually the hardest one to remember though. As for the actual like color palette, I remembered that it was very cool, but I couldn't remember if it was like broadly kind of like dark or if it had dark with like a lot of light accents. Genshin has a pretty consistent aesthetic for all these characters. I think it's one of the reasons why the game, like even as they add more and more characters, they always look like they belong together because there's certain like design rules that they always follow. So I try to just keep in mind all of that. There's a lot of like little metal accents and piping and little buckles and things, and so I tried to incorporate that into her design. But when I was making her sleeves and stuff, I was like, this just does not look right. I definitely felt like for her design, I wanted to play around with like my style adding stuff. So I put little stars in her eyes, even though I knew that wasn't technically correct. That's sort of like an intentional mistake on my part. I just wanted her to look extra like cartoony and cute because, you know, I'm going to be drawing her in my style anyway. And I thought that she had a lot of like yellows and stuff. There's a lot of like celestial theming and stars in the characters. Like Paimon, for example, has that like nighttime undercoat thing. And since you see that in various places, I wanted to try to incorporate it on her. I had a sense that she had like a little scarf. I'm not exactly sure where I got this idea. I don't think she really does now in like editing mode. And overall, I got the sense that her whole color palette was a little too dark. I felt good about her hair color, but her outfit was looking definitely too like vampire night for some reason. So yeah, her outfit was too dark. She definitely has more like red accents, which I totally forgot. And I think I got the idea of the scarf from the bell. It's weird how our memories work. So for the final part of the video, I want to feature the Wishes from Teyvat website event that Genshin's going to be doing, where basically you can get postcards from your favorite characters and DIY postcards to send to your friends. I'm going to make my own little postcard based on the inspiration for this video, which is that quest I was referring to earlier about the world of Aranara. Now this is a very touching quest. It has a really good story, and it's about this forest ranger named Rana who befriends these wonderful little forest spirits, and during the time of the quest, Rana gets very ill, and they end up having to use their energy and the energy from their memories to basically save her. So they forget all about their friendship with her and the traveler, and it's really sad. So that was kind of the inspiration behind the whole video, and I wanted to give them sort of a happier ending here where they're all hanging out. It's sort of like a wintertime holiday sort of theme postcard, and I wanted to give them little hot chocolates. I know that their forest is kind of like lush and verdant, so the snowy scene maybe doesn't match as well, but I put some of the key Aranara in the background with Rana, and they're all just hanging out, having a cozy little holiday time. And yeah, I just wanted to give it sort of like a cute postcard look. There's a lot of cool stuff coming out in Genshin Impact right now. Their update is going to put Wanderer, known as the scarofmoosh. He'll be gettable again, which is very exciting. He's quite popular. And the update also includes the Genius Invocation TCG. This is a permanent new game mode, and it's a tabletop card dueling game. It's going to be very, very fun. You can play with characters and NPCs, and you can also play with your friends, and you build your deck, and it looks like a total fresh new sort of way to play Genshin Impact. I definitely recommend you check out this new game mode. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And the Wishes from Teyvat website event will be really nice, cozy, sort of holiday vibes. You can also put in this gift code, it's on the screen right now, which will give you 60 Prima Gems and 5 Adventurers experience. So that's sort of just the gift to you. And thank you so much for watching this video. My memory was a little bit shoddy, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching me draw these characters just from my mind. Thank you again so much to Genshin Impact for supporting the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much to my wonderful patrons, including Heartless Doll, Scarities, BitQ1, Ava Kerner, Soy Milk, Kizart, Finn Must Die, Aries Chaos, Solar System, Live, Salty Jackrabbit, Noose Milk, Raven's Crow, Saucelot, T-Hill Music, Jabber Dabber Doo, Gender Was Stolen, it's Jamal, Kay, Moo Milk, Kadaria, Deadly Nightshade Art, Astral Fox Art, The Expressive Poker Face, Tsubaki, Michael Lawali, Cutie Pie, Ruin Raincrow, Rainwater Pearls, Ice Cream Pal, Life on Mars, Cola, JJ Jade, and of course, Live.